Cassandra, Fred, Paul, and Beth are present. So the first order of business is public comment. So I don't see that we have anyone in the waiting room for public comment. I don't think I have any public comment that has come to me via email. Just from our last meeting, all of the public comments that we had there from all of the neighbors up on Old Pasture area. I haven't received anything in addition to that meeting from anyone. So we had some action items that we were going to take a look at, but I haven't heard from anybody regarding that. So that's the only thing I have under public comments. Anyone else have anything else?
Mm.
Okay. So the next order of business is affordable housing development sites and general updates. So since our last meeting, I did attend the planning board meeting, and I think Beth, we were on that one.
No,
Planning board. We had a few others attended via Zoom, but there's a new owner of the property of 1 Pleasant Street, which if I'll just kind of give the history of it since it's a recorded meeting for others. 1 Pleasant Street was originally built with 14 apartments, and through the course of time, over a 2-year period, it was converted to condominiums as opposed to apartments. So we were going to get credit for 14 units under the affordable housing. And so when they switched to condominiums, we were going to get credit for 4 of them. And in that process, they kind of locked in that 2 would be 2-bedroom and 2 would be 1-bedroom in that process. Since then, the property has come under new ownership, and the new ownership went before the planning board to request permission to convert it back to apartments. So we all got on and spoke in support of that. And Cindy Matheson was on that meeting as well from the Housing Trust. So the trust all supported it as well. And I spoke directly to supporting it. So it passed. So as far as I know, the property owner is converting it back to apartments. That's a process that will probably take a year, is my guess, refiling with the state. And so we're excited because hopefully we'll then get credit for 14 units. So Sandra, any updates to that, or was I accurate?
Yeah, I don't think that it's necessarily new ownership. I think that they're just changing their direction.
Okay.
So right now, the attorneys are working to redo the paperwork that needs to be submitted to the state to get that updated. And then I don't know if it'll take a whole year, but there's certain steps that need to be taken, things that need to be signed before submission to the state, and then the state has their review process. I'm hopeful that since they've already really reviewed most of the information and we're simply changing from ownership to rentals, that it won't take them very long, but that's in their hands.
Okay, terrific. Now, I'll save this for other meetings, but perhaps once we get through 2025, we get into 2026, maybe we can take a look to see how that affects our housing stock. Is that something that's easy to do, Cassandra, if we were to add these 14 units? Or do we have to go back and find out how many units have been built since 2020, or is it a
Yeah, it's not something that's necessarily easy to do. We would have to calculate how many units had been created since the last census, and then factor in the amount of affordable units. when the state comes back and approves units for the SHI, they will give me an updated percentage based on the 2020 counts. So we'll have that number and then could maybe kind of guesstimate what it'll be when the new census comes out. I mean, we're not seeing a ton of units being created since the 2020 census. So I'm hopeful that
Housing, affordable housing units or units in general?
just units in general, new housing units.
Yes.
You know, we're not seeing anything of the likes of the preserve.
Okay,
So we're hopeful that the addition of these units, in addition to any others that come onto the SHI, would keep us over that 10% threshold.
okay, great. So this one is not on, which is the 14 units. And then I don't believe the gentleman on South Main Street across from St. Anthony's is on yet.
No, he is not.
Okay.
We are waiting to hear back from the state on that one. We haven't heard back from them yet. And then we also haven't heard back from the state on 43 Elm Street, which is only one unit, but one is better than none.
I think I'm going to attend a meeting on that. 43 Elm is the Habitat building, right?
It previously was a Habitat, it's the one that the trust just sold.
Right. Okay, what was the address of South Main again? Was it 49?
It's 147.
Oh, 147. Boy, I was off. Now we would get 3 units, right? Because it's 3 apartments.
Yes.
Okay, and then One Pleasant. We think will be 14.
Mhm.
Okay. Now we'll keep ticking away to see what else is out there. Certainly, it's encouraging to the extent that we were able to pick that piece of it up. I haven't heard of any other places that are adding apartments or anything like that. I think Beth, do you know if the property on Beechwood, is that just 3 apartments that Lily Sestito was doing?
Oh, she originally was planning 3, then I'm not sure if she cut it back to 2. I'll find out, but I
Okay,
think originally she was planning to do 3.
it needs to be 4 or more, right, Cassandra?
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, Max was 3, then she was, I think having to figure out the whole handicap piece of it too.
I thought I heard it had something to do with another elevator being too expensive.
Yeah. That's what I heard too, when she looked into it.
Yeah.
She realized that was gonna be a lot.
Showstopper, right.
So I think that she was kind of changing some of her original plans on that.
Okay. And this is more of a question for Cassandra, and that is any word from any property owners of the old gas station in the village? No. Okay.
No, I haven't heard from them, and I'm not necessarily anticipating hearing from them.
I do get stuff from the building department. I believe it comes from, right, the general email that goes out to say, hey, to different departments, any feedback or comments on this? Whatever comes across their desk, because I'm a sewer commissioner, so I get some of these things. So I can see, certain homes that are being built, but I didn't see anything come across on that one.
Did that plan get sold to someone though? Like the original developers? Did they sell it to someone else? Do you know, Cassandra?
The property was sold.
Yeah, station was, okay.
Either, I think it was earlier this year.
Yeah, so we're just waiting to see what happens there. I did notice, and you're in the real estate world, that at the end of North Main Street, there was a gentleman who bought the Cape House, and it has 2 big lots there, which one includes the Cape House.
Yeah.
He's gonna put up 22 units. And then he realized that he would not qualify for the overlay district that was going to be put in place, and kind of abandoned putting that whole apartment unit in. And then I saw the property listed again, There's two separate lots for 6 something. So I don't know if that's still listed or not, or what's
I'll have to
happening
check
there.
that.
Yeah.
I know where you mean, yeah. I thought he had then just rented the house out again and.
Yeah, so
Um,
when Lauren was with us, Cassandra, the gentleman presented this long skinny building, you know, with 22 units on it, and because it's across from the train station, he thought he would get the MBTA credits and the town would get the credits for all of the MBTA high density housing, but we didn't have anything in place at the time, so he wouldn't have qualified for all of that. And so when the planning board did the MBTA overlay district, it did not include that lot at all.
That's
Everything,
correct.
yeah, everything's on the other side of the track, so. So he wouldn't qualify for any of those tax credits, I guess. So the only thing somebody could do is put in 10 or 20 apartments and they would just be deeded affordable or not, I guess. So I don't, that's it. No, in no
So the-
special district, right?
The couple different things there. So the overlay district is just giving them a by right for multifamily housing. It doesn't have anything to do with tax credits.
Right, yeah, I know that, yeah, okay, yep.
So
For our overlay district, right, tells you where you can go.
right. So the overlay district is not in that area because that's a residential area, and the board opted not to put the overlay district into any residential areas.
Right. Yeah, so, yeah, the tax credits come from if you're building within 1 mile, the state offers affordable housing tax credits and all that stuff, so, but that's if you qualify, if you're in those areas that are deeded. So, okay, so that was the only other place that I heard of. I know the property was up for sale again. And, it had them listed separately, so.
Yeah, I'll look and see.
Yeah. And, I don't know that I recall any other development sites that would be anywhere near coming to fruition or coming to a planning board near you. Um, I've heard of people talking about certain areas in town on the North Cohasset side. But they've been talking about property over there for years because it's in the sewer district already. So it would be up behind Howe or Black Rock, somewhere up in that area.
Oh, off of Black Rock Road, there's a parcel of land. I know, I have a friend that lives on Black Rock that's like, oh, if they ever develop that, you know, because
Yeah, there
I
was a
think
group.
in ancient history, there were some lots that were proposed, but I mean, it's like, I don't know, 100 years ago or something crazy, you know?
Yeah, so without any accuracy, I can tell you that what was talked about is 20 homes up in that area, and then it was scaled back because of some conservation areas up there or some wetlands of some sort. And then it just never went anywhere. And because
There's a lot of ledge there too.
a lot of ledge, yeah. And we had talked about it because of the sewer connection that's already up there.
So did the sewer runs down Black Rock, but are there sewer stubs? Like I know that,
Well, there's sewer on Jerusalem Road,
so they'd have to run
come
something
down the
down.
hill, right?
It
Yeah.
goes to Hull, right?
Right.
Yeah. I think there was a woman that passed away quite a few years ago that left her estate for the benefit of elderly women, and it went to court, and there was a big battle, and finally they moved the money to some other charitable thing, and I think they sold the land off. Never
Okay.
developed it.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll let you know if I hear anything on that end of it, but and I thought there was another lot a little farther down. I knew they built up by the cemetery that's way up the hill, behind I still call it De Niro's.
Oh, yeah, they haven't been able to sell that.
Oh, yeah, that's on my brother's street, right? They're right in the corner. Yeah.
That big fancy house, yeah.
We
They dropped
approved
it.
we approved sewer for that. And that's a tough one. But if you go right behind that, they put about 6 or 8 homes back in there.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta
Mhm.
go up
Yeah,
that little
some big
street to
houses, yeah.
yeah, to the old cemetery, right? And it's right up on the, right-hand side. But I think there was other land farther back in there that, um, we were told we had the ability to put 10 homes up there, but I haven't heard of anything, so.
Huh.
Someone talked about putting apartments on it. So I
Hmm.
kinda got excited about, if you put, it was gonna be kinda like a wheelwright thing, but apartments, where you've got, duplexes,
Oh,
um, because if you can get 20 small duplexes in, or 10 small duplexes in there, you get, 20 residents, you get 20 rents, is how they looked at it. So, but I haven't, again, it's just was been hearsay. So, but if we see anything, I can let you know. Um, I haven't heard from anybody else, on any other properties that are up for discussion. Or if you guys have heard of anything. You're on mute, Beth. Okay. Oh, you're
I
talking to
have
somebody
a family question. Yeah, sorry.
else.
Sorry, Paul, I didn't hear you.
Oh, that's okay. I didn't know if you've heard of anything else about anyone around town or on affordable, looking or thinking about it.
Um, to do affordable stuff or to,
Yeah, I don't know if there was, if you've heard of, since you're in the real estate business, I don't know if anyone's looking at properties or thinking about putting apartments on or something like that.
no, I haven't heard that. I think, like the land is really, really pretty tight, you know?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, there isn't much left, I think, that anyone can do stuff on. There's a lot of ledgy stuff and I don't know what's not much over here in Beechwood, I don't think either.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's why I was wondering about Lily's place. It would have been ideal if it was 4.
yeah, no, she never even, I think originally there were like two there, like, you
Yeah.
know, in the original building. And then I think she thought, oh, she could get three in. And I think that was her original proposal. But then when she started getting into the details, with all the new regs now of,
Oh, yeah,
handicap and this and that, it was getting a lot.
yeah, it is.
And she's already way behind and way in over. And
Oh, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's beautiful, but it's still
yeah, it
got
is nice.
still got a ways to go.
Yeah, we drove around it Sunday on our way back from Cheevers and, just kind of went around the building just to check it out, see how it's coming along. So,
Yeah.
all right, well, if there's no more housing development updates, I don't know, Cassandra, do you have any updates? Anything you?
No, I think we covered them all.
Okay, yep, I think all quiet on the Western Front. I know, Stop and Shop, he added more, affordable units, but we get credit for those anyway.
Yeah.
He once thought about maybe doing something above, I call it the Feng Shui building, but it's 380, which is,
Oh yeah.
where the pizza place is now.
Mhm.
So he could put units there, but you'd have to go through that whole process, and I'm not sure how weary everyone is from the last one. So, um,
Yeah.
he talked about putting 5 units over there that would be, seniors or something like that, but haven't
Oh
heard,
wow.
yeah, I haven't heard from anybody, so. So that's all I have.
I think the only other thing is like that the Wayne land that's behind, Shaw's is really the only kind of area. And then you said that's complicated though, because there's part of it's owned but with other people and part of it Wayne owned, right? Outright.
Yeah, so I'm not sure of the ownership now because Wayne had passed away, but certainly, there was 2 giant parcels of land that collectively would be somewhere around 10 or 12 acres, I think. He had looked at building on one group of land and putting about 15 or 20 units there. That was kind of like a wheelwright.
Yeah.
And I worked on that with him. He sent designs and all that, but it never went anywhere.
Yeah. I think that would be great.
He also
um,
owns the vacant lot behind the bagel store and Beers.
Yeah, but I just, with that culvert issue, and that just seems like a really tough thing to do,
It
kind of
isn't.
like the gas station people, it sounds good in theory, but trying to do it.
So I worked on that quite a lot, about getting that culvert moved, and everyone, it was for having to redo the culvert anyway because it collapsed outside the gas station. And we know
Yeah.
that it's got to be redone. So they were trying to go with the whatever they call the works grant that the
Oh,
state,
yeah.
so Works or Us or something like that, shovel ready stuff. We originally applied for that, but didn't get it, but they kept saying, come back next year. Because the Hanover Mall got 4 million and it pretty much took whatever grant money they were gonna put to
Oh,
everybody. So, yeah. So that was they got the infrastructure grant for the Hanover Mall.
oh,
And that's the time we applied as well, right? So,
oh, yeah.
yeah, they liked the project. They loved it, because, fixing the culvert and moving it, did two things. It fixed the culvert. It's gonna have to be done anyway. And, we were gonna be able to get Wayne's unit in there with parking underneath. And that was gonna be 12 to 14 units, I believe. And retail on the bottom, yeah.
Wow. That would really,
Yeah, if not, it
amazing.
was gonna be two freestanding buildings. Because one had to go around the culvert. And he was gonna do two freestanding buildings, which would have cut it and dropped it down to like 8
Huh,
units. It wasn't really
huh.
kind of worth, yeah. So I don't know where that stands with anybody. So I don't know, but we'll see. Well, with that said, this trust, I believe, has enough members for a quorum, but they need new members. I haven't talked to Cindy Matheson in a little while. But I'll reach out to her again because I was thinking there was one or two of the neighbors was going to join the trust, so we'll see.
So they have one new trust member. I don't know if it was one of the neighbors or not,
Okay.
but they have one new trust member that recently joined,
Join,
but they
okay.
still have 2 open seats.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right. So what is coming up next? I don't have anything that is not anticipated in 48 hours. The minutes to last month that you sent out. So I'd like to make the motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make it. I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all right, the minutes are there. We have down the 18th for the next meeting, but I will not be able to make the 18th.
All right.
Well, let's change it then.
I have an audit
No,
that day.
because we'll be in big trouble.
Because
Yes,
we're
yes,
not
yes.
gonna run it.
It's akin to an FDA audit. It's ISO audit, so it's an all-day event till 5. 2 days.
Well,
So
then the 11th is Veterans Day and then the 25th is Thanksgiving week. Do we want to just
skip.
Let's skip
skip
it.
November and
Yeah.
go to December?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe by then we'll have some news.
yeah, we can do that. So
Um, what
so
was our
we're-
December date supposed to be?
I think she usually does the 3rd Tuesday, right, Cassandra?
Yeah, so your November
December
date
16th.
is December 16th.
December 16th, okay.
Sounds good.
So we'll do December 16th. And we write that down, 4 PM housing. Yeah, because I had talked to in our last meeting, when I had talked during the public comment, I told them I would look into trying to get the properties, and I kind of reached out to the folks at building department. I have to get them additional details or work with Cassandra to find out what kind of details I need. I I did receive a packet from the group that was gonna put a cemetery there. So I have to see if it identifies all of the lots. So what,
So where was the cemetery gonna go?
at the end of Evergreen and behind the Music Circus,
Who was gonna do that?
the town.
They were?
Oh, years ago, the cemetery search committee was looking at all available land.
Yeah,
Glenn Pratt was on that, I think. It was also looking.
yes, he was.
No,
Music
no,
circuit.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
Well, he is the, Fred, what do they call him? I call him the fence monitor guy. There's a,
he's head of this emergency management.
yeah, no, it's called a fence sitter, right?
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
this was developed in the
The-
seventeen
It's
hundreds.
observer, it's property line disputes and fences. It's an old Yankee,
Yeah,
uh,
my cousin
position.
was the measurer of lumber in Milton.
yeah.
Another ancient hat that they still
Yeah.
vote on at all the town meetings.
Yeah, so
So
Glenn's
two
always been
neighbors that are
fence sitter.
disputing a fence, he comes and
Yeah.
looks at the property line and straightens it out.
Yeah,
That's
so
funny.
I did get a packet. I gotta find it. It was all the old blueprints and stuff like that. So what I'm wrestling with is I have to come up with lot numbers, right? So the town map has numbers assigned to these lots, and in that area it didn't seem like they were assigned unless I'm looking at a different map,
Oh,
right? So the map I originally got from them, it had some lines in it, but it didn't have the numbers of the lots and how big they are. So I got to figure that out.
Hmm.
And then when I talked to some folks about it, they put the Osgood School there, and I believe it doesn't show it on the map, but there's a, frontage and side and back that have to be mapped out to say, the school has, 50 feet from the foundation or something. I don't know what they have.
mhm.
It was just kind of put there, and the map that I looked at didn't illustrate anything like that. So I'm sure there's a different type of map that we could find that may have all of that. I don't know.
Huh.
So that's kind of my homework.
Okay.
Yeah, and I did call one of the abutters who was on and did tell them the good news that, One Pleasant Street looks like it's gonna get converted back to apartments.
So that takes some pressure off.
Yeah, and he did say that he reached out to everyone who did the petition and said there's plenty of openings on these committees, not just the Housing Trust and the Housing Steering Committee, but on other committees in town that people need to start stepping up to the plate, so he was really a proponent of trying to get folks to get off the couch and get on a committee.
Yeah, we could use some new
Yeah.
faces.
And then the last update I wanted to get before we leave, and that is with Fred. You're on the board for the housing,
Yes,
60 Elm, and I understand they don't have a director yet. Is that right?
Right,
Yeah, what are you
right.
guys doing there?
okay, so the director we hired got hired to a location much closer to her home, so we went to the state with a proposal. Well, first we went out to bid, and Pembroke and was it Situate? Yeah, Pembroke and Situate Housing Authorities made proposals, and they were in the middle of hiring new people in one location. The other was kind of a very top-down, rigid administrative structure that we didn't think would work good with us in a small town.
Yeah.
So Donna McGee came up with a proposal of finding 2 or 3 retired executive directors that are willing to take a chunk of each. We have approval from the state to do 6 months of that. And then we
Okay.
plan to go out to bid again. We're hoping that, like in the instance of Situate, was a woman that was in real estate with zero experience, but seemed very like she would come up to speed good. We're hoping that maybe, like in that instance, that she comes up to speed in the next 6 months, so that when we go out to bid again and get all the proposals, if they're one of them, for instance, that she's on top of running that housing authority, and it won't be a big deal to supervise this one too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's a
that
little
was
more
our
complex.
thinking there.
Seems a little more complex than
Yeah, yeah.
just hiring a new director, right?
Yeah, I guess the problem is that the salary is not that interesting to people anymore. So there aren't people going into the field.
Yeah,
So it's a real shortage of qualified housing authority administrators. So
yeah.
it's
Okay,
unfortunate.
yeah, I kind of heard through the grapevine that you didn't hire anyone yet, and I know a couple of folks had applied, but I wasn't sure what was happening over there, so, yeah.
Well, I think this agreement is good with the state through the begin sometime in January, which means probably December, which isn't that far away.
Okay,
January will be going out to bid again for that
Yeah.
6 months being up.
okay. Yeah, I heard you had some flooding over there in one of the units.
Yeah, well, we had the driveway up back sent a bunch of water. It was like it was like a torrent of a stream.
Yeah,
Came out of nowhere and it went right into our basement. So, and the sump pump was not up to speed, and we had. So we've got the state looking at it, and the town is looking at it to get some drainage in there to
some relief, yeah.
work around it. So we'd actually been working with the state on it before, and it kind of the ball got dropped on it. But I think this got it going again.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. All right, well, if anything we do to help you out, let me know.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate
you know,
it.
we've got the ability to talk to a lot of people. I know it's housing, which is important, and
Well, I'll tell you, the day we got flooded, Donna McGee called Glenn Pratt, and he was down there in under an hour with troops and pumps and stuff.
Yeah.
And
oh, good.
it was quite a scene.
I hope he drove one of the Humvees. All right. Thank you very much for the update, Fred.
You're welcome.
All right. Did I hear a motion to adjourn?
You
Motion
did.
to adjourn, yeah.
Okay.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. I wait to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving,
You too.
since we're not
Thank
meeting
you.
until December 16th.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween, happy Thanksgiving. and
Yeah, but we're
Mhm.
always available by email.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right. Oh, I
Okay.
turned purple there. Wow. That must have been my Halloween cam.
That's something, huh?
All right, everybody.
All right,
take care.
Cassandra,
All
thank
right,
you so
take
much
care.
for all your
Thanks,
help. All
Cassandra.
right,
Bye.
take care now. We'll see